Oh no. Oh no.
This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena, straight out of Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada. And folks, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors is celebrating its 35th anniversary here. And you know what? I have a return guest who was here
That's me.
who was here for the 30th anniversary. Folks, I give you the Wizard Master himself, Mr.
Thank you.
Ira Heiden. How you do?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am very good. It's been 5 years and we both look a lot better this time around. So I will see you in 5 more years. Okay. Goodbye, Greg. Thanks.
Listen,
just kidding,
folks. There is a thing to this interview. Yes, we're celebrating 35 years of Dream Warriors, but what we're really doing, we're going to get the Octagon fight between the Wizard Master and that dastardly Harry Potter who keeps trying to rip off his look, with McLovin as a special guest referee.
There we go. Yes, sirree, Greg.
Can you believe that the Harry Potter, I think, was inspired by you?
I think so, but until we talk to J.K. Rawlings, then we'll get to the real bottom of it. You know what I mean?
We need to get a private investigator to sneak around her house to find out if she secretly has a stash of Ira Heiden photos in her office.
Ooh, that would be interesting, huh? Of
Yeah.
course, we would probably get arrested if we went in there and did something like that. So this day and age, let's avoid doing anything like that. Now I found the shade. There we go.
You mean you don't want to secretly find out if you were the inspiration for this big book series?
What we need to do is we need to get her on an interview and figure it out. How about that?
Yeah, get her on here so I can say, is it true you're in love with Ira Heiden, the Wizard Master? And I know
funny.
And I bet you she'd say, no, it was Jennifer Rubin.
Oh, good old Jennifer.
I've never had her on here.
You haven't?
No.
How many Dream Warriors have you had on here?
Well, I had you twice. I had Ken Sagos on here earlier.
It's Ken Sagos.
Sagos. I think he corrected me on that too, but he had a really cool scarf on. And I had Clayton Landy.
He's great.
Oh my goodness, I had him cracking up. Because
he's a great guy.
Well, I brought up Scary Movie 5 to him.
Okay.
And he was like, oh my goodness, I was hoping we weren't going to talk about that. And I was like, why? And he went on to talk about the fact that he played a patrol cop who was put across the hood of a car and sodomized from behind by one of the Planet of the Apes in not Scary Movie 5, Scary Movie, was it Scary Movie 5? One of the scary movies. Anyway, he went on Scotty McCoy's show, Slasher Scotty, because I connected them. And Scotty's a great guy. I don't know if you've been on his show before, but I said to Scotty, I said, hey, ask him about the Scary Movie. And I got to hear Clayton's reaction. He goes, son of a bitch.
Oh, man. That's cool.
Clayton was real great about it, though. I mean, he had a laugh about it, and I knew he would laugh too.
Right.
I knew he would laugh, and it turned out to be, because I've forgotten he was in the Scary Movie. So
well, there you have it. So, what is your favorite part of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3?
Do I biasly say Jennifer Rubin?
You can go for that. That's great.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was the other one I had on? Andras Jones. I had him on here as well.
He was in number 4. That is correct.
Who was in number 4? Brooke Bundy. That's who I'm trying to think of.
Brooke was in number 3. Wasn't she in 4 as well?
Yep. Yeah, the mom of Tiffany Helm from Friday the 13th, Part 5.
Oh, there you go. Brooke is the greatest. I haven't talked to you about this. 2 years ago, well, it'll be 3 years in September. We did a stage performance reading of Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
And we raised almost $20,000 for mental health awareness. And we did the reading at the Whiskey A Go Go, and we had everybody do their parts. Like Robert Englund came, Heather Langenkamp came, and there were a couple of, like, Ken and Jennifer couldn't be here because they were at a convention in Minnesota, I believe. So we had a couple of people from 4 that filled in for some of those roles and stuff, and 5. It was an amazing event. And like I said, we raised all the money that went to charity, to mental health, to Dee Dee Hirsch Foundation, which was for mental health awareness.
I do a charity challenge for suicide, depression, and mental health. That happened after Robin Williams had passed. It's called the Doubtfire Face Challenge.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it involves taking a pie in the face, and you nominate 3 people. And
oh my gosh, that's great.
I just had Lar Park Lincoln from Friday the 13th, Part 7 do that challenge. And Michael Levy from Terrifier, he did it, and some of the people from the wrestling world did it, and Leah Thompson did it. That was a bigger name one.
I like her. She's great.
Leah Thompson did it. Yep. But I would always throw that out there for people, because a lot of people want to see people in the industry do it, and depression's never taken seriously enough. It's like something you're just told to get over,
Yep.
But some people were pretty creative. Sandy Johnson, who was Judith Myers in Halloween, she did it, and her husband was dressed up as Michael Myers. He put the pie in her face. And
that's great.
One of the people she nominated was Felissa Rose. I met Felissa at Frightmare in the Falls last year, and I showed her the video, and Felissa just flipped. She loved it.
That's great.
Yep. Yeah.
That's great. Somebody told me I know suicide is depression is not funny, but someone told me a funny thing, or wrote down, said, someone stole my depression medicine. I really hope they're happy now.
That is funny.
There you go. That's from Sherman Allen, whose brother Bill Allen was Crew Jones in Rad.
There you go. There
you should have Bill on here. That'd be great.
I will have Bill on. I'd be happy to have Bill on. Hook me up. I'll have Bill on.
I'll try to facilitate that. He owes me a thing or two.
Does he?
Yes, he does. So what kind of fun questions do you want to ask?
Well, how angry are you at Harry Potter first? Let's get that rivalry out of the way.
I'm not too angry. I'm happy that it happened. He went and he flew with it. No pun intended there. My God, he did such a great job as the wizard, as Harry Potter, so good on him.
I got to admit, I like those movies, but I can't help notice the resemblance.
That's, it's so funny when I go to conventions, a lot of people say, you're the pre-Harry Potter, aren't you? And I say, yes, I am.
You ever show up with the classy wheelchair?
No, but funny enough, at one of the conventions I did in Chicago, someone showed up with my pajamas from the movie.
Did you say give them back?
They bought off of eBay, and I signed them, actually. And so that person kept it. And who else? So there's a guy in Philly, I think, that has the cape from my my cape. I own still my glasses that I wore in the movie.
Uh-huh.
But no, the wheelchair, whatever happened to that wheelchair? But that would be a fun thing, you know. Maybe like one time I need to actually get fully dressed up, like at one of these conventions. I've been talking. I think it would be a lot of fun. You know, we do these things now where they're photo ops, where we go and take pictures with all the fans. I think it would be fun to do like a couple of scenes from the movie, you know, and have some of the people come and check that out. Could be fun.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I really enjoy the Dream Warriors. It's funny because the year before that came out, Friday the 13th Part 6 kind of went MTV with Jason Lives, you know, and Alice Cooper did He's Back, the Man Behind the Mask. Well, Nightmare on Elm Street did something like that too. Dokken now is forever cemented in the Elm Street legacy with the Dream Warriors. And I gotta admit, that is a really cool song. And Robert Englund being in the video as Freddy.
Oh, it's absolutely great, and I got to tell you, Greg, I feel like I have a lot to do with Doc and being a part of that movie. So, growing up in Florida, I was a big rock and roller. I liked Quiet Riot. I liked
Love
Def
'em.
Leppard. I liked Metallica. Well, this was before Metallica, pretty much. I liked a lot of Van Halen, you know, and Dokken. Dokken was like, I rocked to Dokken a lot. So coming out to LA and being an actor and getting the job and stuff, it was, you know, I'm on set one day and the music supervisor, Nikki Marvin, comes on and she's like, you know, we're thinking of going with these two bands, and it's either Mesmerillion, which was a pretty cool like European kind of band stuff, or Dokken. And I said, you've got to go Dokken. I mean, there's no other choice to go with. I mean, horror and rock and roll, you know, they kind of became synonymous together because of that movie.
Yeah. And it absolutely worked. Do you guys ever get Dokken to come out to the conventions with you guys?
I did one thing in Burbank at Dark Delicacies, this place that has a lot of horror stuff. They had one mini convention, and George Lynch was there. My only interaction with Don Dokken was my wife and I had recently moved into this neighborhood, which you can see is very, very beautiful. The beautiful hills here. And so we were going on a date night. We had a babysitter, and we go up to this awesome jazz bar called Vibratos. And a lot of cool musicians play up there. Robbie Krieger plays up there from The Doors. Sylvester Stallone's brother plays up there. Seth MacFarlane plays, a lot of people. So we're at the bar just kind of chilling and hanging out. And there's this guy that we're talking to. He's a little heavy set, kind of. He's got a raspy voice, and you know, we're engaged in a fun conversation. But every now and then, people that walk by, they're like, "Hi, Don. Hi, Don." We're like, "Oh, you must be Don." And it just kind of occurred to me, wait a second, are you Don Dokken? He goes, "Yeah." I said, oh, wait a second, I got to tell you, I'm the Wizard Master, and I feel like I'm the reason you got into Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. We actually had a great conversation for the rest of the evening, and I tried to get him to come out to do the reading for the Dream Warriors that we did at the Whiskey, but he had recently moved to I think New Mexico is where he was, or Arizona. No, actually Santa Fe. I had gotten in touch with his manager, and I got Don's email, so we were emailing back and forth, but he couldn't make it. But
there you go.
Pretty cool, and I think you're right. It should be, you know, Dokken should come out and check it out.
I did. Actually, it was when I interviewed you 5 years ago. I hadn't done any conventions, but one of my guests had invited me to one that fall. And it's the first time I'd actually ever left New Brunswick here.
Oh, wow.
And I went to Toronto. It's the first time on a plane. I'm the only one in my family who's gotten on a plane. I
Wow.
liked it. But I was fearing homesickness, and it turned out I didn't want to come home. It was Lisa Langlois from class of 1984 invited me to assist her at a horror film convention in Toronto called Horrorama. And I had so much fun. Lisa's become a close friend. I just turned 50 4 days ago, and Lisa, of course, gave
Happy
me a
birthday.
call. Yeah. Where was the wizard master when it come to livening the party up? Because my cat's laying there asleep, and that's pretty much what he did on my birthday. But no, Lisa gave me a call, and I'm doing 2 conventions this fall, Horrorama and Frightmare in the Falls,
What Frightmare? Oh, Frightmare in the Falls. Where is that?
Niagara Falls.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Frightmare in the Falls.
Yeah.
I did Texas Frightmare in May, and that was awesome, Greg. It was the best convention I've ever been to. First of all, with the pandemic and everything, nobody was going to conventions. They had to cancel the year before because of all the crap going down. But then this year they let all the people from 2021 that bought tickets to come to this one as well. And it was obviously our reunion. So we were all there, the Dream Warriors, and it was amazing.
Oh, wow. You know what? It really, the horror fans are great.
Yeah, they are.
They are great, because I remember the first year I went, there was a woman dressed as a demented clown. She come up to me and she said, "I like your t-shirt." And I had a Clockwork Orange t-shirt on.
Nice.
And I thanked her, and she rolled her sleeve up, and there was the Clockwork Orange tattooed on her arm.
Wow.
And it was just kind of really cool and inclusive, and I got the bug on it. I'm doing my 4th Horrorama this fall, my 2nd Frightmare in the fall. I've done 1 Toronto Comic Con. I haven't got to the States. I do not have a passport yet, but it's baby steps. I just learned to go to Toronto. But it is a wonderful feeling going to those. But it must be cool signing your own pajamas.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome in Chicago. And I usually bring my glasses to the convention, so that's kind of fun.
Well, you need to be able to see.
Yeah, well, but don't forget those glasses were from 35 years ago, so they still have the same prescription, and I could still see out of them, believe it or not.
You need a pair of glasses like Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. And if you're familiar with Bubbles, you know what I was talking about. One where his eyes look so big and underneath.
Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Very funny.
Trailer Park Boys are a Canadian comic show. They've done 3 movies.
Oh,
But
nice.
it's a TV show as well. So yeah. But I do recall a few of the stories that you had told me. But outside the convention, do you see many of the cast from Dream Warriors?
Well, I'm going to be having lunch with Rodney on Thursday, and Bradley Gregg's son, McCabe, he and his girlfriend just bought a house right down the street from us. So I do see Bradley from time to time checking in on his son, and I always have kept in touch with Jennifer and Heather and pretty much everybody. Ken, Penelope.
You know what? I've had Ken on. I was in talks to have Penelope on probably 5 years ago, and for whatever reason, it never came to fruition.
Yeah.
But she had agreed to it. But I have a theory she's still stuck on the TV.
Yeah. She just can't get her head out,
But Jennifer Rubin's just never responded to me, and I can only pitch it so much. Rodney, I don't think I've ever approached yet, so I think I'm going to take that opportunity here soon.
Yeah, if you hit these guys up on Facebook on their fan stuff or whatever they have on social media, they are they're pretty quick to respond.
Well, with Jennifer Rubens, I've done everything but send a pigeon out with a note. You know, she just hasn't responded, and I'm not going to hold it against her, you know. But like I said, I got you twice, so I'm not going to complain.
That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
Pretty cool, man.
And Heather, I've never had on here either, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never happened. And you ever see
She's a
Robert huh?
she's a tough one to pin down.
Yeah. Ever see Robert England much?
I see him at conventions. God
Just
bless him.
convention?
Yeah, at conventions. Yeah, and although I did get to see him at the stage reading that we did, and because of Heather, who helped produce it, you know, we got Robert to play Robert. It was an amazing special evening. So
You know what? You guys should have had them switch roles and have Robert do the Heather role and Heather do the Robert role.
yeah, exactly. Hold on, I got
I'm gonna pause this here for a minute.
a different background now.
There, folks, we're back.
We're back.
The Wizard Master was having some problems. Harry Potter did this. He did this. It was Harry Potter that did it.
Had to have been.
No, no, I'm hoping to get some of those people on, but I did want to reflect on this. So how does it feel 35 years and that you're still recognized for this, you know, and you still obviously love it?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I had no idea when I had landed the role that it would turn into such a huge iconic following. You know, the Nightmare on Elm Street people are like family, man. It's like it's an amazing thing. And I didn't realize it. You know, I was a young 21-year-old just making a movie, or 20 actually, making a movie, and you know, excited to be working with the people I was working with, but to keep the friendships going and to continue the way it's been is just a complete blessing, Greg.
Absolutely. I did want to touch on a couple of your other films. I remember when we talked last time, you would mention being part of Father of the Bride. And I know you told a hilarious story about how Steve Martin just didn't respond well to you doing a mimic. You want to retell that? Because I loved it when you told it.
Yeah, it was, you know, my first line is, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing?" Because he's ripping open the hot dog buns.
Mhm.
And so it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I think I'm going to be funny. It's the first time I'm meeting Steve. And the director or the assistant director just says, "All right, let's rehearse this." And action. So he's faking ripping open the hot dog buns, and I come in just as loud as possible with, "Well, excuse me." Crickets. And then on the microphone you hear back to one. Ira, could you try to just, let's just get through the, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mess up my line or be funny after that. You know, maybe if I waited till like after lunch, it might have been a better idea. You know, when everyone's kind of loosened up and Steve's been through a couple of takes, you know, so, oh well. It was fun. And usually when I do run into him again, I always say, "Excuse me, sir. You know, I was in Follow the Bride."
Have you've seen him since, huh?
Yeah, 3 or 4 times, yeah.
Yeah. Does he say, "Oh, you again"?
A couple times, yes, actually.
And how often do you see Cassandra Petersen? Because you were in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, of course.
That is correct. I
Yeah.
don't see her as much lately. You know, she moved to Portland, Oregon, and I do text her frequently though with jokes. We do go back and forth. Yes, lots of fun texting back and forth.
I liked her version of Flashdance best, though. Except
Right?
except hers involved being tarred and feathered, but still, it was
That was
still.
horrible. It was Patty's fault.
Yeah, yeah, but I'll tell you, she was a good sport in that. You do have a few projects coming up. I don't know what you can talk about, but there's I got your IMDb on here. Is there anything that you can promote on here?
Well, everyone can go out and watch Ghostbusters, the Afterlife.
Yeah, I see you
I
were one of the mini Stay Puft
I
voices.
was
I did
one of
go
the
see
many.
that.
It was an amazing, great thing to do. It was really awesome to get to work with Jason Reitman, and it was a blast. I cannot even tell you. And what else do I got going on?
How did you get Ghostbusters, by the way?
So I used to play a game called Broomball with Jason and his partner at the time, Dan Dubecki, and I reached out to him and said, I would love to do anything in that movie, and he said, of course. I said I do a lot of ADR work, and ADR work is voice work, a lot of
Yep.
chasing the background characters and stuff like that, and screams and all that good stuff. So he brought me in, and I did ADR throughout the whole day. And then, unbeknownst to me, he actually had me stay from 3 until 7 to do the mini Stay Puffs with about 9 other characters, Jeff Witzke and got Scott Melville, bunch of great voices. Tell you
What a nice tribute it was to Harold Ramis, huh? I
super
was
good.
very, very touched by that.
Yeah, super great.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of that now. Laurence Olivier and Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, Peter Cushing in the one of Rogue One. You're seeing that a
Right.
lot now,
Yeah.
Yeah. What about your other projects you got coming up? I know you don't have anything completed, but you got stuff filming. Like,
Yeah, there's like I did a awesome horror movie called Slice 18 Holes of Terror with Eric Roberts.
oh my goodness, that's James Balsamo. I appear in 9 of his movies.
Yeah, James is great. James is awesome. And he actually brought me in, and I met him through Jennifer Rubin. Thank you. And so there's that going on, and some voice work I do on the TV show Minx. That's on HBO Max. That's coming out. The second season will be out. I think they start filming actually this summer for the second season. The first season was phenomenal. So tell all your fans to go check that out on HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
And then just other things, I'm just working on producing some more fun things. One is a friend of mine was Brandon Lee, and so we're in the works of producing a fun documentary on the good times with Brandon, and boy, he was a character.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, I'm not part of Slice, but I do appear in 9 James Balsamo movies. In fact, I got It Wants Blood here on Blu-ray, and Eric Roberts is watching me on a television, and I've never met him.
That's great.
Oh, I've had James on here 3 times. Like, he just calls me up one night. And he asked me if I could shoot my own death scene for Cool as Hell 2.
Perfect.
And I was just floored by that because it was 4 o'clock in the morning where I was. I was cleaning a building, and I was like, this is an odd request. So, yeah, I'm familiar with James. I'm glad you get to work with him.
That's awesome. Yeah, James is a great guy.
Yeah. Well,
great guy.
Maybe at some point I'll get Penelope and Jennifer to stop being shy and come on here and talk to me.
That's right. It's their turn.
Yeah, but you know what? It's been an honor having you on here today. You're the Wizard Master.
Greg.
What do you mean your battery's dying? I thought you were the Wizard Master.
It's going down. I got to go charge it. In my dreams, I charge my phone by the side of my bed.
Well, before I let you go, would you mind doing a plug for my show?
Sure.
Yeah. Just state your name and say you're the Wizard Master and Dream Warriors, and say you're listening to Greg Gilbert on Python's Paradise.
All right. Hey there, this is Ira Heiden, the Wizard Master, and you're listening to Greg Gilbert on the Pods of Paradise. God damn it.
Python's Paradise. I thought you were the Wizard Master.
I know. Hi there. This is Ira Heiden, the Wizard Master, and you're listening to Greg Gilbert on the Pythons of
Paradise.
Paradise. One of these days I'll get it right. Hold on. Pythons of Paradise.
Python's Paradise.
Python's Paradise. Hey, this is Ira Heiden, the Wizard Master, and you're listening to Greg Gilbert on the Python's Paradise.
Absolutely. Folks, go see the Wizard Master, Ira Heiden himself. What's your
right.
next convention?
The next convention I'll be in is Monster Palooza, which will be coming up in Burbank, California in October 14th.
Well, you know
Then
what?
After that, I'm going to London, I think, or England, to one in England the next weekend.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
Yeah.
if you haven't been on Tommy Kovac's Splat from the Past or Scotty McCoy's Slasher Scotty, they would probably love to have you on their shows, you know?
All right. I heard
Yeah.
they pay a lot more than your show. So yeah, let's go, man.
I pay you in compliments.
Yes, lots of compliments.
I'm the
Awesome.
one that keeps Harry Potter away from you.
Thank you, sir. All right.
God bless you.
Greg.
I hope
It's
you're
been a
doing
pleasure.
all right. Absolutely.
You too, buddy.
You
Thanks,
take
man.
care.
I'll see you in less than 5 years.
You take care, man.